Yeah, so this is a Committee of Parliament, PIC, Commercial and Energy, and we were examining books, audited books by Auditor General of KICC. And KICC is a corporation, of course, KICC is Kenyatta International Conference Center. And it's a public entity, therefore it is audited by Auditor General. And their books are submitted for our examination as Parliament. And it comes to my committee, that is PIC, Commercial Energy. And what has transpired this morning, we were examining and we are looking at one fundamental question that was raised by Auditor General. The Auditor General, in their determination, said that KICC did not express accuracy in their land upon which KICC is sitting. And therefore, Auditor General said, please, KICC, put your house in order. Your land seems not to be accurate. So when the books then came before the committee, then we found out that there are 4 pieces of land within one KICC. One, where the building sits. 2, there's a land called Comesa, where it's parking, and many Kenyans, of course, know it by. They come and put tents when there's a big event. They put those domes or big tents. That is the second part of land. The third part of land is where the monument of the first president sits. And then the fourth one is behind KICC towards Harambee Avenue, you know. And those lands, those pieces of land, those small pieces of land, seems to be unallocated. Yeah? Of course, everybody, even from my constituency in Pkosing South, which is very far from Nairobi, know that the entire square is KICC. And for reasons not known to anybody. And we will only say, and this committee, my committee has found out, for reasons that are closer to cartels. Cartels don't want this land to be owned by KICC. It is as simple. That is what has transpired today. So what happened is we called in to shed more light on why this land is not owned by KICC. We call NLC, National Land Commission, which is of course in charge of public land. We called Ministry of Lands. We also called KICC itself. We called the ministry, the parent ministry for KICC, which is tourism. And all of them came, and those who did not come, particularly the Minister for Lands, did not come. She sent an apology because the cabinet was sitting this morning. And therefore, when we asked the National Land Commission to give us their part of the story, they really gave us a very interesting story. And the story is that there was a court, there was somebody who went to court, and that is the owner of Garden Square Hotel, which is a known hotel for a very long time. Even me, when I was in school, we used to pass there. The owner of that hotel went to court asking who to pay rent, whether to pay to KICC or to pay to county government of Nairobi. And in the determination, what the court said, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, the court said that for the time being, the Garden Square Hotel should pay rent to NLC in transmission to City Council of Nairobi. And also the court then gave direction and say that National Land Commission has a right then to allocate that land to the rightful owner, right? The rightful owner. And immediately after that, KICC applied for ownership to be allocated the land. National Land Commission, for interesting purposes, never replied that letter for more than a year. Until when Parliament invited the Land Commission recently, is when then they have written another letter, which then actually irritated my committee. And they wrote a letter to say then that the land belongs to the county government of Nairobi. That's bewildering. And then the Land Commission said that county government of Nairobi should decide who should be given KICC land. You can imagine. And therefore, that is where the meeting ended. The meeting ended there. And what has transpired, and my committee raised a lot of issues, and what is very clear as I conclude is this, and we have sent them for 1 week. We will invite them, we'll invite the Minister for Lands next week, we'll invite again National Land Commission next week, And we'll also invite head of public service next week. Because what is coming out very clearly is that there's a game plan. You cannot imagine that KICC has no title. KICC, Kenya International Conference Center, has no title of their land. And everybody, including you people in the fourth estate, you know that this belongs to KICC. As simple as that. Lakini tumeletewa kisungu mingi hapa. Na hiyo kisungu sisi kama parliament, the representative of the people, hiyo kisungu mingi ni ya cartels. There are some people who are working for cartels. And we were almost ordering DCI to record statement of all land commissioners and tell us what is their interest in this land. KICC have written letters to be allocated the land. They have refused to reply those letters. KICC have done everything that is supposed to be done. The audit queries have come. Land Commission has refused to allocate that land. And that is why we as Parliament, we ended there, and we have asked for Ministry of Lands to come in. And can you imagine, Land Commission just decides to unilaterally say that that land belongs to county government of Nairobi without even asking the Minister of Lands his or her opinion. You can imagine. The law, the Constitution requires that, you cannot just decide like that. You have to look at the context. And everybody knows that. And that is why my committee was very irritated that Land Commission has failed to work for the interest of the public. Land Commission seems to be working for cartels. And that is, the committee was almost ordering and asking Parliament to invite other investigative agencies. But the committee then advised that we give them one more chance, so that we can establish. And the question we want to, and which was brought by Auditor General, which we want to prosecute is, why is Land Commission not allocating the land to KICC? That is the question. It's not. There are no two ways about it. And which land am I talking about? I'm talking about where the monument of the first president sits. I'm talking about Comesa. Everybody who has been hiring Comesa has been paying KICC. That's true. He's been paying KICC. That is actually a land of KICC, where we park, even we as parliamentarians, we are parking ourselves here. And who gives us the parking? It's KICC. Nobody has even blocked me from coming. I have my office in KICC. Nobody has blocked me from coming to park my car here. Why? Because KICC has given me permission to come and park the car. What they are missing? They are only missing a document of ownership. They are only missing a title. So we are asking why National Land Commission is not giving title to KICC. What interest do they have that they are not giving KICC the title? And if they are working for cartels, we want to know next week on Thursday whether they are working for cartels. And I think the president was very clear when he said, kuna mambo matatu. And I think the president needs to come and say that in KICC here, kwamba kuna mambo matatu. He needs to come and tell people in KICC here, so that the people in KICC listen. That kuna mambo matatu. We cannot fear or work for cartels. We work for the people of Kenya. And the people of Kenya are saying, this is what we know. If I'm Pkosing, my name is Pkosing, you people know that. Nobody can come and tell you today that I'm Kamau. Now today, National Land Commission, instead of giving me my name as Pkosing as an example, they are saying that I'm Kamau. How? That the land does not belong to KICC. How? Who do you explain that the land does not belong to KICC? What we need as Parliament, we need KICC to have the title of its land as it was and it has been since we grew up ourselves. That is why my committee was very perplexed that Land Commission can come and say those things which I just said, that the land belongs to somebody else and not KICC.
Tunaona, tunasikia na tutabonga. The voice.